Hello and welcome to another edition of UFO Video Addicts. Let me give you a preview of what I got coming up in this video. Let's see, the first is this little object in the sky. I'm not too sure where this was taken. Also have this video from Poland of something flying around the moon. Let's see, this is an older video from 2017, one of these NASA live feed videos, and there's something that shows up in the background. Let's see, also have a video clip from a MUFON report. This is a great interview of Bob Dean. Robert O. Dean. He was high-ranking military officer, like he was with some type of Supreme Allied Command, like some crazy title, but yeah, he was way up there. Had cosmic top secret clearance, and he reveals, what he knows. Everything or some of the stuff that he's read. So we'll take a look at that. Also have this video of these giant rocks that were cut all over China. Supermassive 16,300 ton unfinished stele in ancient China. And here's a video of just all the different rocks that were definitely shaped somehow with some unknown technology, all over the planet. But these are just photos, 11-minute long video of different photos of ancient or megalithic rocks all over the planet that, obviously some type of technology that allowed them to melt and shape these things. And then last is this video of what's called a sea blanket, Deepsteria enigmatica. It's just crazy sea creature that they find deep in the ocean. But anyways, let me go to this first video here. This is unknown object in the sky, not from Earth.
Weird UFO, dude. It's not a balloon. It's not a helicopter. What the hell is that thing? It's some sort of UFO. It looks like a live action animal or some shit. What the fuck is that thing? All right. What? Come on. Where did it go?
Yeah, it's hard to tell if this thing is just like floating in the wind or if it's actually maintaining its position up there. But I don't want to play too much of this guy's video. I'll leave a link in the description so you can go to his page here, The Secret Knowledge Society, and check it out. Let's see, this is a video from 2019. I'm assuming it says Polska, Poland, because this is probably where it was taken from. But we'll take a look at this. Now what you're going to see is this object come flying into the screen. Here it is right there. And then it's going to fly by the moon. It's going to just pass the moon and then turn around. And unless that is some amazing video editing, based on, the way camera focusing works, the size of that object would mean that it had to have been very close or closer to the moon than closer to Earth. If this thing was anywhere in our atmosphere and this camera is focused on the moon, again, anyone who has basic knowledge of photography knows that this object is going to be completely out of focus. The fact that it is in focus indicates that it's closer to the moon than Earth. Anyways, let me go on to this next video here. Let's see, this is from 2017, and I'm pretty sure after this thing shows up, you know, they do the blue screen.
And the government is trying to cover up the existence of aliens and UFOs. UFO watchers often watch NASA's live feed from the International Space Station, scouring the footage for anything amiss. And this week, they appear to have spotted a so-called alien cylinder hovering around the spacecraft. A blurry object appeared.
You know, does it look like there is something in front of this object here? I mean, what's creating this shadow?
Is to move into the frame, coming over the Earth's horizon. As it appears to approach the space station, it gets bigger and clearer and reveals a cylindrical shape. It hovers slowly, moving laterally ever so slightly, before moving away from the spacecraft and slowly fading out of view. According to UFO watcher Scott C. Waring, the object was using alien cloaking technology.
You see this here? It looks like there's a, unless it's just because of the video and this is just pixelating, but it looks like there's sort of an angle here. This looks kind of boxy. But again, you know, I mean, I do understand that just could be bad video quality and the image is just pixelating.
I noticed a UFO in the distance that was coming closer and closer to the space station. The UFO was partially cloaked, which made it look transparent. In the deep blackness of spaces, blending into the environment means you will be safer from other alien species that may not be friendly. Waring also discounts the possibility that the object is just gas, saying it's moving too fast to be gas. Although Waring didn't respond to the possibility, it's also possible that...
Like again, here, this looks too angular. It looks very angular to me here. Anyways, that's all. You know, this video just plays over and over. Let me go on to this next video here. Oh yeah, this is from MUFON. Strange light in the sky, swooping and flashing. 2-minute video attached. Okay, let's take a look at this video here. It says, I was talking on the phone outside when I noticed a light approaching me from the north. I watched the light do some pretty incredible acrobat before I remembered my cell phone camera. The night was partly cloudy and pretty windy, with the wind from the northwest about 10 to 15 miles per hour. The light seemed not to react to the wind condition at all. It seemed to be about 3,000 feet altitude when I first noticed it. It was descending directly towards my position. It appeared to descend just into the cloud deck and bob in and out, eventually coming to a hover near the bottom of the clouds, estimate 2,500 feet. The light would dim periodically and simultaneously appear to descend when it did so, usually after a sharp curving maneuver. The color was variable from a deep, fairly visible red to a brilliant white, tending towards yellowish most of the time. Most of the startling color changes are not on the video. There was no noise and it seemed to move effortlessly in any direction. The speed seemed excessive for a drone. The altitude appeared to be that. It is not the first time I have seen this phenomenon in this area. Well, I believe this is lens flare here. Yeah, that is definitely not lens flare. Yeah, you can hear the wind. So if this was a drone, I'm sure you would be able to hear the drone too. Anyways, let me go on to this next video. Okay, now this video just shows all of the different megaliths that were found in China. check this out here.
All around the world, we have evidence that in the distant past, ancient civilizations were capable of great deeds. The unfinished stele of the Yangshan quarry, with a weight of around 16,300 tons, is definitely one such example. Located near Nanjing, modern-day China, we find the Yangshan quarry, which was used for centuries as the main source for buildings and temples on Nanjing and the surrounding area. Preserved today as an important historic site, the quarry is famous for its massive unfinished stele with a staggering approximate weight of 16,300 tons. Yep, 16,300 tons. The quarry has been worked for up to 6 dynasties, as the local limestone was used in a number of construction projects, including buildings, walls, and statues in and around Nanjing. The massive stele of Yangshan is one of the many examples of incredible engineering and stonemason skills in ancient times.
Check this out. This is from Longview Caves. But yeah, the idea that this is done by primitive people is just ridiculous. And another thing, you know, this guy claims that that 16,300 ton block, they didn't finish it because after they cut it, they figured that they couldn't move it. You know, ignoring the fact that there are many other rocks and stones, you know, megaliths that are just as big all over the planet. So, you know, so the idea that they cut it and then figured after they cut it that they couldn't move it is just ridiculous. The theory that I've heard, and which I seem to agree with, is that there was some type of cataclysm that impacted the planet at the same time, because even the site in Baalbek, Lebanon, and I think there's an uncut stone in Egypt, and you know, like this giant stone in China, they all seem to have stopped at around the same time, which was approximately 12,800, 12,600 years ago. Most likely when that meteor impacted the northern ice caps. And, you know, yeah, it was a worldwide cataclysmic event. And, yeah, all worked all over the planet, and all these megaliths just immediately stopped after that. But anyways, yeah, check out this video. Yeah, here's another video that is just, you know, all kinds of different photographs of all the different. Oh yeah, you know what? One thing I wanted to point out in this one. Let's see. Yeah, look at this here. Now, this is a wheel, and I believe this carving was most likely dated, or it predates 2,500 years when, you know, supposedly the Babylonians discovered the wheel. But is this evidence that the Chinese had some type of tool to cut? Oh yeah, and then another thing I want to point out, you know, this is a person down here. So, you know, what is going on with that? Look at the detail on this work. Okay, this is not done by primitive tools or by primitive people. And I've said this in a lot of my other videos. Where is the evidence that they learned how to do any of this stuff? And look at that. This is this had to have been some type of soft form at one time. Peculiar man-made holes in rocks in Norway. Yeah, this is not done by primitive tools. This is done by some type of advanced tools. Here's the unfinished obelisk Again, this, stopped about the same time. Oh yeah, let me go back. I think I just saw the one from Lebanon too. I think, yeah, this is from, I think, Baalbek, Lebanon. Look at here, here's a man right here. Ancient Armenian symbol. Saskatchewan. These are those megalithic walls that you always see from down here. But look at the precision, these right angles. And this has to be over 10,000 years old. Oh yeah, and then the last I wanted to point out is this here. Look at these books. Who are these books made for? Because yeah, I'm sure the people in the past didn't do this for shits and giggles. Anyways, that's this video. It's a little over 11 minutes long. I'll leave a link in the description. Lots of very interesting images. And then let's see. Last is this video from Reddit here. This is called a sea blanket. But check out this crazy thing. There, I think that's when he first sees it. Now this is according to the video. This is from 2012, I think. And if up here, if it says DPT, I'm assuming that says depth. So are they, at 5,000 feet below the surface? But look at this thing. And, you can see how fast the water, how turbulent the water is down here. And this thing isn't being pushed around by the currents. So I'm assuming that it's moving with purpose. And if you think of something like this, I mean, this thing is, again, they know what this is called. This is not, something that's fake or phony. And this isn't the first time that this thing has been filmed. Scientists know exactly what this thing is. I don't know if they know exactly what it is, but it's not anything so unusual. But if something like this can exist 5,000 feet in the ocean, why couldn't something that looks more humanoid, bilateral symmetry like us, a right arm and a right leg, maybe not feet, maybe more of like a merman or mermaid type of thing, a fish body, because this is the environment. But if something like this can exist, why couldn't something that is even more humanoid but lives in the ocean exist too? Anyways, let me end this video here. This is a pretty long clip. That is going to be it for this video. If you like things like this, please give this video a thumbs up. Please share this video. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'll have more things like this. Take care.